All right, welcome back, friends. As you can see, we're out on the CRF, hitting up some bumpy trails here in the forest. It's been a while since we've been on the CRF, and also wanted to update y'all on where I've been and a couple of things that are coming down the pike, some plans we've got in the next couple of weeks and months. The short of it is that I spent 8.5 days in Hawaii. And this is a trip that my partner and I have been planning for a couple of years now. And you know, we both work in the geosciences, and so we were really trying to plan our eventual trip to Hawaii to coincide with Kilauea erupting. And it has been erupting very regularly for the past 6 months or so. And so we did plan our trip accordingly. The sad story there is that every cycle of the eruption has been very predictable until this last one. And there was a sort of a 4-day delay in the eruption, and that happened to be the last 4 days of our trip. So what that means is that the volcano erupted literally 24 hours after we left, and we're basically just pulling into our driveway at home. So very frustrating, but we did get to see some of the glow of the magma, and we also got to see a lot of the steam and the smoke venting, obviously, from the fissures. But putting that aside, it was an awesome trip. So we stayed entirely on the Big Island. Drove the entire circuit around the island, went to the southernmost point, went to Kona for a few days, did a few beach days, some snorkeling. We took a Jeep up to the summit of Mauna Kea, the highest point. I mean, we basically did it all. We hiked through rainforests and jungles. We played with goats. we drank from coconuts that were freshly cut. We did just about every cheesy, corny Hawaii thing, but also kind of all the little like unexplored nooks and crannies that are very much not visited typically by tourists. So we kind of did the tourist thing, but we also did our own thing, and it was really awesome. So I highly recommend the Big Island. It's a great place to go. Obviously Hilo and Kona are a bit busier and a little bit more touristy, but if you go anywhere else on the island, we spent 3 nights in the town of Volcano waiting for the volcano to erupt, and it was just this tiny little town, and we stayed in this little tiny cabin in the woods. It was awesome. And so stuff like that I can't get enough of, and since coming back I'm just like, oh, I just want to go back to Hawaii. So I'm going to start the bike up here, and we'll start up Mormon Mountain, and I'll see how much that I'm able to focus while we are trying to navigate some of this nasty stuff. It looks like they may have regraded this road a little bit, so it might actually be a little bit improved from usual. So I'm going to be running a couple races. I'm going to be doing a very short race down in Phoenix. Yes, in Phoenix in the summer, it's going to be hot, but it is over the night, so it'll be a little cooler. That one is almost not even worth mentioning because it's just kind of a silly 6-hour race. But in September, a few weeks later, I do have a much bigger project planned, and there's a race here in town called the Stagecoach Race, and I typically run this every year. It's a 55 kilometers, so it's about 31 miles or 34 miles, I think. But this year, I'm going to be doing the 100-miler. I haven't done a full 100 yet this year. I've done 100K, but it's the local hometown 100, and I'm feeling pretty good, and I want to try and knock out a 100-miler this year. Into the longer term, I'm still kind of coming up with some ideas for the motorcycle and for a few other things. I was very, very pleased to see how many people were interested in my Ibex review video. I checked it like 5 or 6 days into the Hawaii trip, and I was shocked to see just how much traction that video got and how many questions I had. So I did my best to answer all of your questions, and so I'm certainly going to have some more content with that bike as well. So here we go. It's starting to get a little bit more rough now. I'm a little rusty, and I'm hoping I don't have any sort of incidents here. Oh my goodness. Rusty. It's always hard to really see just how bumpy and rocky it is on the camera lens, especially when I've got the wide angle lens on. But trust me when I say, this is a little chunky, a little challenging in here. Ooh, thank you, skid plate. This is a little technical in here. Okay. Oh, I gotta get the feet down on that one. Oh. Whoa, that was really bad. I did not pick good lines going up that. Oh my goodness. That was just terrible. I thought for sure I was gonna wipe out. That just goes to show you how forgiving this bike is, because those were probably the worst possible lines I could have taken. And yet somehow the bike just tractored right over all of it. Nice little praise for the CRF300LS right there. I think we're very near the summit now, actually, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there's not much left. It's already getting cooler. I can feel the temperature drop. We've probably come up about 1,000 feet. Oh no, is the road gated off? I mean, okay, so I could definitely go around that. It goes flat across this little saddle, and then there's just a little climb to the summit. So I'm okay following the rules. Besides, we got through all the fun stuff, so we'll behave ourselves. I don't know why it's gated off. That's really weird. It's never gated. It might be because of all the fire restrictions right now. There's a big fire restrictions in all of our forests because of how dry it's been. I was telling you all about my plans, and I got distracted by the terrain. We've got some races. We got a 100-miler on the books that we're planning to do. I think it'll be my 38th 100-miler ever, or 100-plus miler, I should say, 100 or more. I've also got my annual Virginia race in November. And otherwise, yeah, we're definitely gonna do some trips on the motorbikes, on the motorcycles. Not quite sure what yet. Just first gear, we're gonna roller and hope that we can do this without completely foobarring ourselves. Seems like this side was much more stable, but somewhere around in here is the tree that I crashed into on the Himalayan. I'll always remember that. That was my first really bad crash. Man, there was a day when I was just absolutely terrified to come up this road after that crash. But then I came up this road on the Trail 125, and it built my confidence. And now on this bike, I feel like I can, you know, it's light enough where I can just tackle stuff like this. Always be willing to admit that I have lots to learn. So anyway, yeah, the 300L and the 300LS, especially if you're a shorter rider. I mean, I can touch both feet flat foot. If I sit and I waddle, then I know I've got control just like this. I've got control of the bike, and I can just kind of walk it down or walk it up. And I don't have to worry, because even if I do drop it, I'm going so slow that I'm not really going to do any damage to the bike. Wow, we made it up and down Mormon Mountain in less than 20 minutes. That's impressive. And that's it. We're back out on the main road. How about that? Oh, love it. Now, for those of you that specifically tune in for the motorcycle content, I can assure you I'm gonna be taking regular weekend rides to some places around town that I've yet to explore, and some places a little bit broader, more regional in northern Arizona that I have yet to explore. So there will be some adventures on two wheels on both of the two bikes. But I'm also open to suggestions. Maybe we should ask these cows what they think. What do you guys think? What should we put on the channel for content? Anyway, what I was saying is if you've got suggestions or you've got questions specifically about the bikes or the bicycles or ultra running or just anything that I kind of do on this channel as far as adventures, please feel free to ask. I'm happy to share, and we'll see what we can do. I do want to leave you all with a thought that's been bouncing around in my head all day. Somebody this morning asked me a very simple question. They said, I saw the documentary where you ran the Barkley Marathons over 12 years ago, and you said something in there about life is short and you don't want to fall into a boring routine and you want to keep the adventure alive. And they asked me, how do you think you're doing now 12 years later? Do you think you're still living the adventurous life and fulfilling that itch that you've got? And I've been thinking about that all day, and I think I have. I really do. I've been doing the best I can to get out and to keep that adventurous spirit alive, to keep scratching that itch, whether it's on my bikes or on my feet or traveling or exploring. I really like to think that I'm not sitting still. So I gotta say, that really lit a fire under me to increase my sort of motivation and drive to keep getting out and exploring. So I think I'm really going to be putting in some extra effort on the adventure planning here in the next few weeks and months. So yeah, I'll leave you with that thought. Get out there, keep your adventurous spirits alive, don't get too comfortable for too long. Now I'm going to leave you. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.